Us to this edition of NBS Live at 1. My name is Samson Kasumba. Let's get into the bulletin. President Yoweri Museveni will today preside over the launch of drilling activities at the Kingfisher Oil Field in Kikuwe district. The sparring ceremony is seen as a first step towards Uganda's journey towards its first oil expected in 2025. The Kingfisher Oil Field is managed by the China National Offshore Oil Company, CNOOC. Cuthbert Chigozie is there for us live on this groundbreaking ceremony. Cuthbert.
Now, Samson, I'm standing in Oil Pad 2, and probably what you see behind me is the oil rig that is dubbed LR 8001, and probably is one that is going to drill the oil, the first commercial oil of Uganda from here. Well, probably what I can tell you today is not the first commercial oil that we're going to see, but tomorrow, today, we are seeing the inauguration ceremony of the drilling process. And if you speak in terms of Kingfisher, Kingfisher will be able to produce 40,000 barrels of oil per day at peak, and it has about 30 oil wells, and the rig behind me is the one that is going to drill in all these oil wells. So from Oil Pad 1, Oil Pad 2, so actually it is at Oil Pad 2, so after that, after drilling all the oil in Oil Pad 2, to be shifted to Oil Pad 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth until they go to all the 31 oil pads they have. But also on the ceremony today, there's also another unique feature where the president is going to hand over a license to the ECOP, and that will mean that ECOP will be able to start on its ground activities and to see that the oil development projects are moving on at a faster pace, and it is progress after progress. And if you speak to a few dignitaries I've seen here, for example, the Vice President, the Minister of Energy, they're all happy by what's happening on the ground, and they say that probably with all these developments that are ongoing, indeed, 2025 is Uganda's year, a year that will be able to see Uganda go ahead to receive its first oil drop, and that will mean that now it is business for Uganda. But of course, what I can tell you about this unique feature on the oil rig is that it is automated anything. So that means that the locals here, in terms of noise pollution, they are covered. There's no noise pollution for that. And also, if you speak in terms of the environmental issues that will arise from drilling, that all has been captured, and the Kingfisher management officials say that there's nothing they're going to leave unturned, because to them, they are following the ESA issues. They have to follow all the ESA, the environmental impact assessment report. So they have to see that they fulfill each and everything to see that once they start the drilling, everything moves on safely. But as we speak, in about 30 minutes from now, the president will be landing in Kikuwe, and of course the ceremonies will kick off, and whatever will happen here, our subsequent bulletins got you covered. Back to you, Samson.
Well, thank you very much, Cuthbert Chigozie, live for us out of Kikuwe. Now over to the western part of the country. In Buzibwera Health Center 4 in Mbara district is grappling with inadequate doctors, with the only available doctor handling both theatre and administrative work. This is after the second doctor at the facility went away to pursue further studies without replacement for now 3 years. We now join a very healthy Alex Mugasha for details. Alex, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I am praying for you that you do not become ill, because if you do, then your situation is going to fall into a very, very difficult situation that you are reporting on, isn't it?
That's right, Samson Kasumba at the Political Command Center. Very good afternoon to you. And indeed, I also pray for myself to be that very, very healthy, to make sure that I bring these details to our viewer. Now, away from that, it's indeed without a doubt that when you look at Buzibwera Health Center 4, they have been at least having one doctor, that is for the last 3 years, when the second doctor went for further studies at Mbara University of Science and Technology, pursuing his master's degree in medicine and surgery. Now, this doctor that is available at this facility with Buzibwera Health Center 4 is doing both theatre and administrative work. He is the hospital in charge and is the only left doctor that is doing this work, which appears actually quite much on him, because in our conversation he was telling me that at least he receives over 200 patients a day. That is the number of patients that at least are admitted here at Buzibwera Health Center 4 in Mbara district, that is in Buzibwera. So he says it's quite much on him, and the district has been promising to at least make sure that they get the second doctor. That is definitely through application. And indeed, from the information I'm getting from the district chairperson, is that at least for now, they have advertised to make sure that they receive the second doctor. But in the meantime, what is happening here? Because I asked them what will now be the patients, maybe the doctor that is available facing these overwhelming numbers of patients. So they say they expect that by at least by the end of this month, they will have received the applications and probably they will have gotten a doctor to be doing this work. So that is what is happening here at Bweziwera Health Center 4. And it's not only doctors that are insufficient, but we still have the problem of the drugs insufficiency, actually unavailability of drugs, because they have experienced several stockouts of different drugs here at Bweziwera Health Center 4. So it's a story that we're working on, and details will certainly be brought to our viewers. For now, permit me get back to you, Samson, at the Political Command Center, as I remain very healthy.
You're definitely permitted to get back to me, and you are now dismissed back to attending to your lunch. It is Alex Mugasha there for us. The Minister of Internal Affairs, Major General Kahinda Otafire, has asked people of Rwenzori and Toro sub-region to desist from tribal conflict and instead focus on improving service delivery. Kahinda Otafire emphasized the need for unity if the regions are to attain needed development. Now we cross over to Julius Nabimanya, who has been tracking Major General Kahinda Otafire. He spoke about unity. What else did he speak about? He is a man who says what he wants when he wants, and he can dig in. I'm keen to know what General Kahinda has been saying.
Well, Samson and our viewers, of course, apart from unity, he said that people should not be excited by voting anyhow. I didn't know what he meant. But also he said as the people of NRM, they are now sure that President Museveni 2026 is coming back. But that is another angle. My angle this afternoon is more on unity, as you are very much aware that this region of Rwenzori has been prone to tribal conflicts, natural calamities, and other things of that kind. He said people should desist from all these conflicts and focus on development. They should focus on development because it is through unity that the government will find it easy to deliver services to every person despite of his tribe or color or region. I recorded him. He said this. Let's listen to Major General Kahinda Otafire.
Since fighting does not solve problems entirely, and it leaves scars. Since shouting does not bring results, let's sit at the table and discuss. If somebody shoots at me, the bullet that will hit me will go through and hit the man who hates me. Assuming Chimanzanga was a Mkonzo and a doctor, they take you to him with a broken bone. Will you say Chimanzanga will not take you? Will you? A Mkonzo doctor is as good as a Mamba doctor, as good as a doctor.
Where he was the whole of yesterday, and as I speak now is in Fort Portal Tourism City right here at the youth center behind in the structure you see behind me. Hundreds of NRM supporters are gathered here to hear the message. What I observed after the message, they get banners and they endorse President Museveni, a sign that even when he spreads the service delivery messages, but at the end he assures people that the president is coming back 2026 through signing these banners. The political curve in the region has now turned from opposition and NRM, is now between the chairperson of NRM, who is the president, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and the son, who is General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, where you hear people speaking who to do what and at what time. We are here until 2026. probably we shall be reporting until that time. Back to you at the Political Command Center, Samson.
And I can assure you, Julius Navimanya, we are also here to anchor the bulletin as you reported. Julius Navimanya there for us. Now, 2 people have been shot dead by unknown assailants in Moroto town. The bodies of the deceased have been taken to Moroto Hospital pending post-mortem. The shooting has sent shockwaves among residents. Richard Oyel is at the scene to bring us more details on this story. Richard, a very good afternoon. Not very good news coming out of the northeast of the country, far northeast. But I do see that you have an officer in uniform alongside you. Let me give you time to expand on this story, Richard.
Well, Samson, like you said, it's a very sad moment. Again, 2 young people yesterday were shot dead at around 10 p.m. I am coming to you live from Kakolie Close 4, and that is in Moroto town. This is a very sad incident pending now the burial as people prepare for this particular burial. Now, I am telling you, Samson, the raiders, suspected raiders, came through this particular route yesterday, and these 2 gentlemen were coming to fetch water from just a nearby tap here, and that is when they were shot dead. I'm going to talk now to the police regional spokesperson just about this particular incident. Sir,
Yes.
when you heard about this, what did you do immediately?
Richard, first I want to tell the viewers that this is really an unfortunate incident which has occurred in our area, and of recent we started registering a lot of incidences within Karamoja here, and brothers of the same family have died.
How did you get the report yesterday?
We received a report from one of the residents who gave us a phone call that there are 2 people within Close 4 who have died. So after receiving a phone call, we cordoned off this area from 10 up to today in the morning, where we introduced a canine dog and a group of our investigators. They were here. The canine dog gave us some leads, and as we talk, we have 3, 1 lady and 2 gentlemen in custody, who will help us to carry out more investigation in this matter.
I want to go here. What does this speak to the disarmament efforts? I thought guns have been taken out of the hands of the suspect and assailants that are now killing people. I mean, Kakolie, where we're standing, is in the middle.
I want to tell the viewers that we are carrying out the disarmament process. It is ongoing. Not all the guns have been collected from these warriors. There are others who are still hiding their guns, and these are the guns we are looking for in order to use to kill people. We shall look for these assailants and we prosecute them in the courts of law.
Okay, well, how have you taken any steps so far? In last year, you did some profiling of the criminals or suspects, and then later you actually did those arrests.
It is okay. We profile the criminals. Over 600 guns, close to 700 guns have been, because right now we stand at 698 guns we have collected from warriors, which means that is slightly above our estimation, which means these people are still reharming themselves. You know, this border of ours, Turkana, some guns are passing there, others are passing via Toposa. They are coming to here. So we need really to join hands with the community, right, such that we get rid of these guns.
All right, thank you, sir. Political Command Center.
Thank you very much, Richard Oyel, there for us out of the northeast of the country. And that story does take us into the break. We'll be back with more stories in a bit.
Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda.